Hey guys, long time no see. How y'all doing? How you been? It's been a complete train wreck over here, but I hope you've been doing well. Yeah, so today's video, it's gonna be a long one. I recommend getting a drink, getting a coffee, getting your favorite beverage, or putting me on in the background while you do some chores or whatever, because it's going to be a long one. It is. But it's long overdue because I haven't been on in a while. But yeah, today we are going to check in, well, I guess close out for the month of June. Because my budget runs from the 25th to the 25th of every month. So we are closing out June's budget. And yeah, I'm going to show you where we spent our money, where we saved our money, things like that. And I also have some giveaway winners to announce. Hooray! My last video was celebrating my 200 subscriber benchmark, and I was running a little giveaway. So I will be announcing those giveaway winners at the end of this video. So if all of that sounds like something you are interested in, then buckle up, friends, and please stay tuned. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, hi, my name is Emmy. So nice to meet you. I'm married, I have 2 children, and I like to create budgeting content about my family's budgeting journey. We are in a lot of debt, about $200,000 worth of debt, and I'm just keeping track of where we're spending our money. Really, this channel is a way to hold my family accountable and to hopefully change some really bad spending habits that we have, because we do want to become debt-free. We do want to get rid of all of that debt that we have and just be more financially responsible. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when I post some new videos. I promise I usually post more frequently than what's happening right now. June has just been terrible, that's all. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. So good to see you. I hope you are well. Thank you so much for all of your love and support. I really, really appreciate you. All right, so as stated before, June was terrible. I don't want to get into too many details, but basically work has been overwhelming. We were short-staffed at my office. For those of you who do not know, I do work from home for an insurance company, and we were short-staffed this month because a couple of people either took vacations or sick leave and things like that. So it's just been a lot of extra responsibilities on my part. That plus being a mom of 2 kids, ages 6 and under, plus juggling my side hustle baking business. It's just been a lot. So anyway, I wanted to go over how June went. So because June was just such a whirlwind of a month, to be quite honest, I did not keep track of anything in the month of June. Like, June hit and I just didn't even pay attention to what we were spending. It was like we were back in our early days of our budgeting journey where we just tapped our card and paid no mind to what we were spending. A lot of bad habits crept back in this month. And a lot, it's just because I didn't actually sit down and do the budget. What you are going to see in this video is actually me staying up until 2 o'clock in the morning on June 23rd, which was yesterday, just putting everything down in this book. I opened up my credit card statements, my bank statements, and I just put everything down because I honestly have not been keeping up. I don't know where we spent what on what day. Like, throughout June, it was just happening. I was just holding on by the seat of my pants. And a lot of people say that this is why you should be doing cash budgeting, because even if you aren't keeping track of what's happening, you still physically have the cash in your hand. And maybe that's what I should do for July, because man, did we go over budget in June just because I was oblivious to whatever it was we were spending. Anywho, enough of that. Just to give you an idea of what June's looking like, my son's birthday was on May 25th, which he turned 6. And if you watched any of my previous videos, you know that I was planning a really big birthday party for him on the 28th. That included renting out an indoor bouncy house venue. It had inflatable slides and, you know, an indoor play place for children. And it was really expensive. I expected to spend a lot of money, and even that I went over budget with. And I'll show you that later too. But so that was a big event that happened this month. Father's Day happened on the 19th of June. We had to get a gift for my husband, his father, and also my father. So that's 3 fathers. My husband and I celebrated our 7-year wedding anniversary on June 20th. So we did go out to a really nice fancy dinner. I went to a Brazilian steakhouse for the first time. And my only impression of a Brazilian steakhouse was the movie Bridesmaids. They all have food poisoning. But it is not like that at all. When my husband said he got reservations to a Brazilian steakhouse, I was like, But it was not like that. It was so fancy. It was really nice. They came to your table, and just, you know, it wasn't like, I don't know, not like Bridesmaids at all. Like, imagine Bridesmaids and then delete that from your head. It was like a really, really fancy restaurant. I've never eaten at a place that fancy, and I've never had food that tasted that good too. It was really nice, but super expensive. And then another big event that happened, we had to attend a funeral. My husband's grandmother unfortunately passed away, and his side of the family lives about 2 hours away, so we had to do a bit of driving to attend that funeral. So all of those large events happening contributed to a lot of the overspending. All right, let's get into what's happening here. I'm not going to go over each item line by line. By the way, if you like the stickers that you see, I make all of these. This is the Rainbow Squiggles collection. I have a link down below to my Etsy shop. If any budgeting stickers that I show you look interesting to you, they will be in my Etsy shop for purchase. You can either purchase the individual sticker kits, or you can purchase weekly printouts for you. Okay, so the weekly check-in. Should I start there? Yeah, let's start here. So with my husband's paycheck, it covered 1 week. My paycheck covered 2 weeks, and then another one of my paychecks covered 1 week. So June for us was a 4-week month. Basically, overall, some things that you got to see. If I zoom in here for you, hang on. Can you see that? Maybe. Let's hope. We got Tech Wizard over here. Anyway. All right. This is what I budgeted for our variable expenses. These are things that we honestly just tap. It's terrible. It's awful. So food, this includes groceries, and not just the food that we eat for groceries, but also like laundry detergent, diapers, wipes, anything of that nature that you can buy at a grocery store, and also eating out. It's all grouped into one category. I budget about $230 per week. And then just how the month went out for us, or how the month was laid out for us, $980 was what was budgeted. Sorry about these little smears everywhere. I dropped my water on here, and it just kind of smudged the ink. So anyway, even though I budgeted $980, we spent $1,229.24. So we were over budget by $249.24. My husband, I told him that because he is home for the summer, my husband is a high school band director, and for June, he stays at home most of the time. It isn't until July and August when band camp and all of these other activities start picking up, back to school, all those things. So June, because it's a very chill month for him, I told him I was going to be lowering his allowance from $100 a week to $75 a week, because most of his allowance money is spent on snacks and lunches whenever he is on the way to school and back. But since he is going to be staying at home most of the month, I thought lowering his allowance would be a good idea. So $75 a week, $325 for the month. I also get $75 a week, so we got the same allowance this month. He overspent by $114.91. And to be honest, about, what, $80 of this? Maybe more. I'll have to like look back, but a big chunk of this allowance was spent on Nerf guns. So this week, actually, tomorrow is the last day that my husband is hosting a leadership camp for the leaders of his marching band. Every year they do like a camp where it's like a lock-in at the school. They do fun activities together, team building activities. They do a service project for the school. It's really cute. It's really fun. And it's a great way for the leaders to get to know each other and learn how to be better for the band. I really like that he does that. Anyway, he had this brilliant idea where they should have a Nerf gun war, and they play like Nerf gun mixed with capture the flag, I guess. Anyway, so he told his leaders, his students that, and they were sending in pictures of all of their Nerf gun gear that they had at home. I had no idea that kids took Nerf so seriously, but it's like a lifestyle. It's crazy. So my husband did not want to be the wimpy teacher who had no equipment, so he went on Amazon and bought a whole bunch of things. I mean, he has like a chest holder, he had wrist things to hold all the extra ammo. It was a lot. Anyway, so that's where most of his allowance went. Like, don't even. Me, however, can we talk about this victory? How I have been doing so good, and I'm just so proud of me. I had $205.74 left over because I did not spend all of my allowance. Go me. Like, just go me. Sorry, that's like literally the only praise that's going to happen this entire video, so I'm going to take it where I can get it. All right, gas. Gas is expensive, y'all. It's real expensive. So I budget $120 a week, which is, or was, enough for my husband and I to fill up our cars once a week each. Granted, I probably don't fill up once a week, but my husband does. Anyway, with all that, $515 for the month, but we spent $456.41, which means we were left over with $58.59, which honestly would not even fill up a tank. So I'm glad that we were under budget here. Sinking funds, just based off of previous months, I was hoping that we would spend only $800 in sinking funds. We actually spent a lot more than that. We spent $1,000. Is this figure right? Hang on. No, it is not. Sorry, guys. I did these calculations, like I said, at 2 o'clock in the morning yesterday, and I realized I made a mistake before filming this video, and I changed a lot of things, but I forgot to change it here. So we spent $1,114.01 in sinking funds, and we actually did not have that much in our sinking fund accounts, so in trouble there. For my son's birthday, I had budgeted for his whole birthday shindig about $500, and we already spent some money for a deposit for the venue and then a birthday present for him, so that was spent in May's budget, which meant that we were left with $346.51 in order to spend for the rest of his birthday, but I ended up spending $450.95 because I paid for the remaining balance of the venue, and I also went ahead and bought some party supplies. The venue did provide some party things such as plates, napkins, balloons, but they're very generic, and my son requested a Mario themed party, so I went and got some Mario decorations and things for goodie bags and such, so I did go over budget there. And finally, this lovely number, an unbudgeted amount of $3,865.23. Yeah. So our deck, our porch to our house has been broken for about, what, 6 months? Something ridiculous like that. And it's because we had to have our foundation repaired. Our house has slowly been sinking into the ground. Oh, my bad. Sorry, guys. So since our house has been slowly sinking, we had to fix that, and that is part of the reason why we are in debt to my mother-in-law, because she helped pay for the foundation repair. So anyway, in order to repair the foundation, they basically had to rip apart our deck. And so we've had no porch, and it's been piles of wood like next to our house for months. And we finally got someone to come out and fix it and make it good as new, and that was $3,800 in order to do that. The remaining $6,523 was an unbudgeted expense from my husband that he needed for school that will be reimbursed. But the $3,800 I was not expecting to spend this month, so that's fun. I'll show you what we did there. I think it'll just be too much if I go over paycheck. It's just a lot of information. I'll just go over the monthly overview. Sinking funds, a lot. I ended up depositing $950 into our sinking fund accounts, but we spent a lot. The majority being $3,800. We did not want to be in any more debt than we already were in. We didn't want to put the $3,800 on a credit card and then it be accruing interest. So we made the decision to use our travel fund money, which I have been saving to take my mother on a trip to Japan. Since that trip has been postponed for now, that was one of the only places where we had that extra money to pay for our deck. So we need to start putting funds back, kind of repaying ourselves. We're in debt to ourselves to kind of replenish that travel fund, but at least we're not in extra credit card debt, and that accruing interest and such like that. Okay. This video is all over the place, but we're gonna hopefully make sense of it all. All right, all of the stuff that came out of our sinking funds, all of the spending that happened, basically there were 3 categories that we overspent in. There was personal care. We overspent by $87.80, and that was, probably because of a couple of things. My husband and I went to get a pedicure for just a fun thing for us to do together for our anniversary, so that was kind of nice. It was my husband's anniversary present to me. If we hadn't done that, we would not have gone over budget. I can see that. I understand. Gifts, we went over budget $41.75. We did have a couple of gifts we had to buy for this month. Like I said, 3 fathers for Father's Day, presents for my son, and we also had to buy a gift. One of my husband's graduating seniors last year got accepted into a music education program because he also wants to be a music teacher, just like my husband. So he got him a baton. That's right here. Can you see that? Nope. My husband bought him a baton to kind of get him started on his musical career. I thought that was sweet, but anyway. Bunch of extra gift spending this month, and then we overspent in entertainment by $144.83, and that was exactly our anniversary dinner. That Brazilian steakhouse that I was telling you about, it was $161.34. So if we hadn't have done that, we would not have gone over budget. But anyway, like I said, I haven't kept up with any of the spending. This all was just looking back on what happened, so nothing I can do about it now, can I? Nope. All right, the last thing I need to go over with you before we get into the entire budget, is my side hustle. So June was super busy. I did not accept any extra orders. I've turned down tons of orders this month just because I did not have time. So I only had 4 baking orders this month. If you guys have not seen my side hustle income videos, then please check those out. But basically I break everything down where I take 20% of all of the income plus any tips I get. So for June, that was $115.15. If you guys want me to break this down into any more detail, I will, but I don't know. I don't want this video to be too long. So basically all you need to know is I took home this month $115.15. So the month of June. What a month. What a month. Crazy, crazy, crazy month. Okay. My husband's paycheck, his income was the same. I made a little bit more than expected. This is the minimum that I make at work, and if I put in any overtime hours, I get paid a little bit more based on how much overtime I do, so it does vary. So even if I put in just an extra hour, it varies. So I did get a little bit more than my minimum expected. The sinking funds that we use this month, like I said, I only expected us to use $800, but we used $4,639.63. Again, $3,800 of that is just for the deck, and that came out of the travel sinking fund. But everything else was like regular sinking fund spending. My baking income, like I said, I didn't take a lot of orders, so I only thought I was going to bring in 50, but I'm taking home $115.15. And other income, I expected a couple of reimbursements that my husband was due for making some purchases back in May, but he didn't receive all of those reimbursements. So we were short a little bit, so $409.19 for other income. All of that totaled to $10,691.24 for our income. Our bills were pretty much all expected. I had to add an extra $3 here because I still wasn't able to cancel my Acorn subscription. I need to do that. You guys kick me. Just push me. Every video I post, make a comment and say, did you cancel Acorns yet? Did you cancel Acorns yet? Because this, I just keep forgetting. Acorns was a lovely service when we used it, but we don't use it anymore, and so we need to cancel it. And every time I try to cancel it on my app, it won't let me. And so I need to call customer service, and I am terrified of talking to people on the phone when I'm upset about something because I'm scared I'm going to snap. And it's not their fault, because they're just the customer service representative, but that doesn't make me any less upset at the issue. Anyway, there was a summer camp that was going on in June that my son wanted to attend. I didn't expect him to go, but he did. And so that's $120.75 that I wasn't expecting. So already over budget. Woohoo. What else? There is a marching band subscription that my husband is subscribed to, and it's an annual subscription. So it's $160.50 every year, and it renews in June, obviously. So that's an extra bill that we don't normally have every month, but here it is in June. So hooray, another lovely expense. Anyway, when I subtract all of our bills from our income, we are left with $9,389.31. So that moves us down to our next table. All of our bills, our debts were exactly as expected. Our mortgage, Wells Fargo credit card, Capital One credit card, and my husband's car payment. I made a line for our American Express credit card because I thought we were going to put our deck on our American Express credit card. So I was expecting to put an extra payment on that. But again, we paid for that using our travel sinking fund. Anyway, So subtracting all of our debt payments from what was left over, we're left with $7,974.64. The next table, I write it down here. I went over all of our variable expenses when I went over the weekly check-in with you at the beginning of the video. So you guys know all these numbers already. Yeah, so the sinking funds that we spent was $1,114.01. But that's not, we didn't have all of that in our sinking fund accounts. So we had to eat up a lot of overage. I don't even know what I'm going to do about it. But anyway, you'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. Because all of our expenses in June totaled to $7,675.01. Subtract that from what was left over, we're left with $299.63, which is scary because at the beginning of the month, I funded all of our sinking funds, $950 of them. Our savings account, every time we spend something using our Wells Fargo debit card, every purchase, a percentage of it gets moved to our savings account. It's just something that happened when we opened up our checking account. It's good because every little purchase puts something away. And so this month it happened to put $24 away. So our monthly savings was $974. That all happened like at the beginning of the month without my control. Subtract that from what was left over. We ended the month of June in the negative, $674.37. Yes, ended the month in the negative. So what am I going to do about that? That is a wonderful, wonderful question. I'd love to hear your advice. Never have I ever ended the month in the negative. Like, not since I began really keeping track of our budget. Like, this is old Emmy stuff. This is like straight out of college Emmy stuff. This is not the now Emmy. But straight out of college Emmy did all that. Just tap, tap, tap with the card, paid no attention, just kind of kept looking at the bank account and saying, oh, there's a positive balance in there. I can do this. I can spend that. And I cannot. Money, everything needs to have a specific purpose. And this month, I never assigned anything a purpose. And you can see that here. It's reflected here. When you do not mindfully budget or mindfully put your money away, things like this happen. So this video is a great example of what not to do. Oh, friends. So this negative $674.37, I'm not in the negative in my bank account. It's not like I'm in overdraft or anything. This is just a balance that's left on our American Express credit card right now. And so I need to figure out where the money is coming from in order to pay off that balance, because I never like to have a balance on our American Express credit card. There's no reason to get into more debt when we're trying to pay off debt, if that makes sense. So let me know what you guys think. I definitely could use our emergency fund. We have $1,000 in our emergency fund. This is technically not an emergency. It's just stupidity. But I mean, that's what the emergency fund is there for, to help in situations like this. But if I use the $1,000 to get out of this hole, then what happens if a real emergency happens? Like, God forbid, a huge appliance breaks or something, We've been there, done that already, and having an extra $1,000 would definitely help if a situation like that happened. So another idea was to take the money out of our travel sinking fund, just like we did for the deck. I mean, we're not going to Japan anytime soon, and that money is just kind of sitting there, even though that money was specifically for Japan. It's not going to happen until at least next year. But will I be able to save it all up again for next year? I don't want to get into the habit of, oh, it's okay that this happened because I can rescue myself from this account. You know, I don't want to have that sort of mentality because this is not okay. This is not a good thing. I don't know. I don't know, you guys. So as I'm setting up for July, which will be one of my next videos, I'm thinking of ways for us to kind of pinch. Where can we save? And as much as I want to cut some of our variable spending up here, like, the reality is that's not what we've been spending. Like, every month that I've been keeping track, we spend around the $1,000 mark for food. My husband spends around the $400 mark. I usually spend around the $300 mark. Like, all of this actual is very on track with our trends, our spending habits. And yeah, I could try and minimize our budget, like give us less money for food, give my husband and I less allowance. But if I do that and then we go over budget again, like, what do we do? You know, it's been a very eye-opening and disappointing month for sure. Another solution that I was thinking about was going back to cash. When I first started my budgeting journey, I did the cash envelope system and it just didn't work for me, mostly because I made a video all about it if you guys want to see it, but cash is not convenient for me in order to get cash from the bank. It's not convenient in terms of shared spending when it comes to groceries and food, because sometimes I do the shopping and sometimes my husband does the shopping. So who gets to hold on to the grocery envelope? I don't know. But something's got to give, because this is that's not okay. That's not okay, you guys. Anyway. No use in crying about it now because, well, one, because I cried about it already. But also, it's done. It's happened, and all I can do is learn from it. And I have. Ooh, yes, I have. So, for July, we're going to be cracking down. We're going to be spending a lot less, I hope. And I think I might even get some cash out because I want to do better for July. I want to do better. I want to reach our financial goals. I don't want to keep dipping into accounts that, you know, the money is allocated for something else. You know, I don't want to grab money from the Christmas fund in order to pay for a birthday present. It's not what it's there for, you know. Anyway, okay, enough. So yeah, that's how June went. Completely terrible. Let's get into the giveaway winners, you guys. I'm so excited. Okay. So I have here my iPad. Let me turn this off so there's no glare. Hopefully you can see my iPad here. So I put my giveaway YouTube video in here. We're going to filter out the duplicate users, filter the comments that left the rainbow emoji, because that's what you needed to type in if you wanted to be entered in the giveaway. And I get to choose 2 winners, and the winners get a $10 credit to my Etsy shop. And so since I'm choosing 2 different winners, I want to remove them from the list after I draw one. So I've never tried this before, so let's hope this works. And go. Hooray! All right, our first winner is Antonia Robles. I hope I said your name right. I'm so sorry if I did not. But Antonia, if you could please send an email to emmybudgets@gmail.com, and I will send you instructions on how you can claim your Etsy shop credit. Okay, now I'm going to go right here where it says pick another winner, and then it says to remove the winner after I draw, so Antonia can't win twice. All right, let's see who's our second winner. Woohoo! We have Fresh Start Budgeting. Fresh Start Budgeting, thank you so much for entering. If you could also email emmybudgets@gmail.com. I'll give you directions on how you can win your $10 Etsy shop credit. Congratulations to our giveaway winners. Thank you guys so much. Again, 200 subscribers is an amazing milestone, and I'm already fast approaching the 300 subscriber mark. I really appreciate you guys encouraging me and keeping me going, because it's definitely months like this where I'm just like, what am I even doing? But it's important to keep track of your journey, the highs and the lows. So again, thank you everyone who has already subscribed. I appreciate you so much. If you were a giveaway winner, please don't forget to send me an email so I can give you directions on how you can win your prize. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. If you made it to the end of the video, bless you. I love you so much. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Have a great rest of your week. And yeah, take care. Bye-bye.